and welcome to Social Distancing DIY. Thanks so much for tuning in to us here at the Kaukauna Public Library. Those of you that visit our library often know that we love to hold craft classes here. It gives you a chance to express your artistic side, but it's also a good chance to connect with your friends and neighbors. We can't be next to each other right now, but we're hoping that you've gathered the supplies that we've shared with you. You're tuning in and following along to make a craft at home. Today, our featured supply is our egg carton. So if you've got a dozen eggs in the fridge, put the eggs in another container and pull out your egg carton. We'll be making two projects today, a pirate ship for the littles in your life, and then we'll have a succulent for those of you more experienced crafters. So to start with our pirate ship, you'll need the bottom of your egg carton, something to color or decorate your pirate ship with. So if you have paint at home or crayons, I'll be using markers, a piece of paper. So I have just a plain sheet of copy paper. If you don't have paper, a magazine, or if you have an old notebook at home, rip off the top or the back of it to use that. And then also something to hold up our sails. So the supplies suggested straws. I have reusable straws, or if you have a barbecue skewer. If you don't have that and you have popsicles in the freezer, have popsicles for a snack, and then you've got two to tape together that way. So we are ready to get started. The first step will be to decorate the base of your pirate ship. So you have two options. If you have an abundance of egg cartons, you can make a big pirate ship and decorate the whole thing. If you're interested in making both crafts we'll be showing you today, you'll cut that egg carton in half. So that's what we'll be making, just a smaller one, just like this. So the first step will be to decorate our pirate ship. If you're using paint, it'll take more time as you let it dry, but I chose in decorating my ship just to use markers to color the inside brown all the way around. You get the idea. And then on the outside, I thought it would be fun, since this ship can't exactly float, if we decorated it to make it look like it's in the water. Drawing some waves on the bottom, and then coloring in the top. So I hope you've all been tuning in to some of the other fun live and recorded content that we've been putting up on Facebook this week. I know it's been a crazy week. All of our routines are changing. Here at the library, we are doing Storytime Live on Facebook twice a week. On Wednesdays at 10:30 with Miss Jody. Her story time is really great for our toddlers. It's our 1 and 2 story time together, so there's lots of movement and simple rhyming stories in that. And then on Thursdays at 9:30, Betsy will be doing our preschool story time. So we will continue to do those live here on Facebook until we are able to get back to our normal library routine. So we hope you'll join us there. And then we are also doing read-alongs, stories and snacks with Miss Ashley, our library director. So if you have second, third, fourth graders in your family, she'll be reading a chapter or two a day from some of our favorite funny early chapter books. And then I'll be reading from one of my favorite books, Charlotte's Web, with my cat, Wilbur, every night at 7. So once you have your pirate ship decorated, which we'll just pretend this is decorated, you can set that aside and we'll work on our sails. So for the sails, you'll need that sheet of paper. If you're using a full egg carton, you'll cut the sheet of paper in half like this, and each piece will be one sail. Since we're using a smaller egg carton, we're going to cut our paper in half and then cut it in half again. And then here's another opportunity to just be super creative. So both pieces of paper, you'll decorate however you like. On my sample here, I did one with a fun rainbow, and then this one, instead of a skull and crossbones, I did my initials, so everyone knew it was my pirate ship. So again, if you have crayons and markers, you can color or paint. If you have watercolor at home, this would be a great place to use those watercolors on it. Again, it's gonna take a little bit more time to dry, but breaks up the day a little bit. You can paint and then go do something else, come back and finish your project. So once you have both of your sails decorated, we'll just pretend this one is decorated, we have to punch holes so that we can put our straws or skewers through. If you have a hole punch, go ahead and use it. If you don't, I'm layering them together just to speed it up, but if you fold your sails in half and about 3/4 of an inch from the top, just a little 1/4 inch slit, and then the same on the bottom, a little 1/4 inch slit there. And then we're ready to assemble. Oh, and I forgot, we have to make a hole to be able to put the straws through. So scissors, this is great. If you are doing this with children, grown-ups, this is your time to come in and help. We're gonna use our scissors and just poke a hole, 2 of them, right in the center of the egg carton. And that's where our straws will go. So then to assemble our sails through those slits again, we're gonna put our straw or skewer or popsicle sticks and kind of scrunch it up so that the wind can grab it, and then you'll stick your straw right in there. If you're using popsicle sticks, you can glue, if you have hot glue or tacky glue. Otherwise tape. I didn't include that on our original supply list, but hopefully you have some tape lying around from you know, wrapping Christmas presents or whatnot. But then the process is exactly the same. This way. With this, I found though, it doesn't quite do that scrunched up fit quite so much. It doesn't stay like that. So if you do use popsicle sticks or something that's more flat, grab another couple pieces of tape and you'll tape it down there and then squish it down and then tape it again. And then that will go right in there. And that's really it. That's your whole pirate ship. If you wanted to add more fun details, you could. On my sample here, I'm not sure if you can see it, I took a little extra piece of egg carton and made a little wheel. If you have a toilet paper tube at home, how fun would it be? You could color it and decorate it to look like a pirate, so that you have someone to navigate your ship. Otherwise, you just have a fun ship now to go on a little adventure. So now I hope you've followed along. Pause the video if you need to go back and watch something again. But now I get to turn it over to my coworker Jenny to share like the best project, a plant you can't kill.
Hi guys, I'm Jenny. I do teach some of the adult crafting classes and I have a lot of fun with that. So today we're going to do something using the same materials for the pirate ship that now we're going to turn into a cool faux succulent. So I happen to have this little planter from some other craft at home. I just grabbed it, but as I was thinking some other cool things that would make good planters would be a salsa jar that you could color the inside. The possibilities are endless, really. A soup can that you cover in paper or paint. Votive candles that have burned out and now you just have this thing. Now it's a planter. And also, the beauty of these being fake is that you could put them in places where real plants don't live very well, like on your bookcase, on your nightstand, somewhere that doesn't get sun or water. Boom, instant green space. So we will start the half of egg carton that was left from your ship. We are going to use 2 of the egg cups. So we're just going to cut those out. separate the two. So we have two separate ones. And it will look like that as you have it cut out. And next, we want to make triangle type cuts inside the cup. And save your triangles because those will eventually become part of your plant. So we're going all the way around, cutting out sections. If one of your sections didn't turn out good, that's all right. We're gonna do another one just the same way. So you have the opportunity to get more of your triangles out. Now, with your remainder, one of these is gonna go in half. So just right down the middle, cut it in half. And if you have some that aren't very leaf shaped, you can trim those up at this time as well. And remember, we're making something that grows in nature, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but you might wanna shape up the edge a little bit. And this one as well, just trim it a little. Now, with all your pieces here, you are going to glue your 1/2 to the outside of your hole. You can do hot glue, Elmer's glue. If you want it to stick right now, you can do hot glue. If you have some time, which we all do, you can use your Elmer's glue or whatever glue you have around the house. So you begin, there's your first 2 layers. And now with your triangle pieces, you're just gonna start filling in. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Now we're on part 2 of 2 videos. So we're using our triangle scraps and we're filling in to make our petals. So you'll just glue them in one at a time until you get the shape that you like. And this is my pre-done shape. But they stay in there pretty good, so you don't need a ton of glue. I did this 2 different ways. My first one, I stopped when all my pieces were separate and I painted, let them dry, and then assembled them with the glue. I also did a couple of different ways of coloring them. I used just whatever paint I had and a brush, and that's what worked here. When I did use markers, just keep in mind the surface is essentially thick paper, so it sucked up the markers pretty well, and I felt like my marker color didn't go as far as I wanted it to, so I switched over to paint. But whatever color you choose is just fine. So once your succulent is painted, whether you did that in pieces or when it's all in one, now you have your plant and it's ready to go on your bookcase.
Ooh, it was that simple. If you guys are working on either of the projects today, take pictures and share them, add them to the comments here, or just tag the library on your posts on your own Facebook pages. We'd love to see what you come up with. Next week, we are featuring toilet paper tubes. So start saving your toilet paper tubes. We'll be sharing our projects and other supply needs with you very soon. Thanks.
See you next week.